This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball here in Arlington, Texas. It's Game 3 of a 3-game series between the Texas Rangers and St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals end up winning the first 2 games of this series. They're hoping to get the sweep. Quinn Matthews on the mound again today for St. Louis. As for the Rangers, they go for the former first-round pick Kumar Rocker. Corey Seager hitting .500 in his last 7 games. Tyler Mahle had a big game on the mound versus the Cardinals in a game that the Rangers would go on to lose. Corey Seager ended up having a really good May. He was Player of the Month throughout the month of May. And then Nolan Arenado on the National League side won Player of the Month also. So that's something. The Cardinals, they've been looking really good. The Rangers have been looking really good.
And now, please welcome.
And it should be a fun game in store. Cardinals, Rangers coming up next here on Let's Talk Sports. There's the series recap for you. As you can see, the Cardinals won both Game 1 and Game 2 by 1-run deficits, 11-10 Game 1, and then 5-4 in the Saturday game. Here is Kumar Rocker making his, I believe this is his 3rd start, 8.14 ERA, 14 strikeouts, and 21 innings pitched. As you can see, this has not been kind of a rough start to say the least, for a lot of the newer rookie pitchers. Here's Trent Grisham. First pitch out to left field is going to be caught by Jock Peterson for out number 1. And we'll look at the rest of the Cardinal lineup in this one. Trent Grisham was the leadoff hitter. Brendan Donovan bats second and left. Batting third is the DH Jordan Walker. Wilson Contreras in the cleanup spot. Then Alec Burleson, Nolan Arenado. Pedro Padres behind the plate today, filling in for Herrera. And then Mason Wynn and Ezekiel Duran. Here's Brendan Donovan hitting .201 in the first 2 months of the season. We are now in June. Just realized it's June 1st. We're already at the halfway point of 2025. There's a circle change taken for a ball, 1-1. For those of you wondering, we will be doing a simulation game later today. We have a Sunday night simulation game series we do on MLB The Show. Kind of like how ESPN does their Sunday night baseball game of the week. Hey, Braven, did I get my PlayStation Plus back? No, not yet. I'm just right now it's just kind of expensive right now, so I'm hoping to wait a little bit when it gets a little cheaper. That way I can continue on my PlayStation Plus membership. Here's Jordan Walker hitting .283. That is taken for ball 1. As you can see, we're also playing at the old Rangers Stadium today. This is a stadium that brings back memories for me, of course, 2011 World Series, and then for those of you who don't know, I also used to live in Texas, so I watched a handful of Rangers games. The Rangers, I've always had a soft spot for this team. 2-2's the count. I know some people out there who might have, 2 favorite teams. There's a base hit. Yeah, PlayStation Plus for premium. Nice. Jordan Walker has the first hit of the ball game. Here's Wilson Contreras with 2 outs. But yeah, it seems like a lot of Cardinal fans, they might have had like the Rangers, I guess, was like their second favorite team, or like their American League team. I don't really know how you guys feel about people having more than one favorite team. For me, it's like I don't really care. As long as they're not in the same division, then I'm cool. Base hit for Contreras, over to second is Walker. 2-1, 2 out for the Redbirds. Here against Kumar Rocker, former first-round pick out of Vanderbilt, I believe is where he went. I have a friend who's a huge Vanderbilt fan, and I think he got to watch Kumar Rocker when he was in college pitch a couple times in Vanderbilt. He said he was a really good pitcher in college. If you look up his stats, he was really good in college. There's a pop-up. And so Rocker gets out of the first inning. We'll see what the Ranger bats can do against the Cardinals rookie Quinn Matthews. That was a perfect pitch, too, to get Burleson out. Here comes Quinn Matthews to the mound. 3 starts made for him. ERA over 5, as you can see. I think we've streamed a majority of Quinn Matthews starts. But we will look at the lineup for the Rangers here in a little bit. Here's Josh H. Smith, hitting .219 on the year for the Rangers. There's a fastball up high for ball 1. Cardinals 48-10. Entering the month of June. That's completely different compared to the real Cardinals. The real Cardinals are above 500, just not 48-10. I think they're like what, 20, it's like 30-24, I think is their record. 33-26 as they lost to the Rangers today in real life, 8-1, but that doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but fly ball to right field. Burleson tracks it down for out number 1. And here's the rest of the Texas lineup for you. Josh H. Smith leads off. He's the DH. Batting second at second base, Marcus Semien. Hitting third is the shortstop, Corey Seager. Hitting cleanup at first is Jake Berger. Then Jock Peterson batting fifth and left. Kyle Higashioka bats sixth. He's the catcher. Josh Jung, Adolis Garcia, and Taveras all in that order. Here's Marcus Semien. This guy, he played with the A's. He's been with the Blue Jays, and now he is a Texas Ranger. He's been a Ranger since 2022, I believe. Was a world champion in 2023. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count to the veteran second baseman. And then, of course, you guys know the defensive lineup for the Cardinals. Contreras at first. Duran's at second. Wynn at short. Arenado at third. And then the outfield from left to right. Donovan, Trent Grisham, and Alec Burleson in right with Pedro Pages behind the plate as Herrera has the night off. Or has the afternoon off, I should say. There's a fastball called strike 3. Second out of the game, first strikeout recorded for Quinn Matthews of the afternoon. Here's Corey Seager. He's the player of the month throughout the month of May. Hitting .309 this year, 938 OPS, 11 bombs, 32 runs batted in. Former Rookie of the Year, of course, in 2016 with the Dodgers. His older brother, Kyle, he was the third baseman for the Mariners for a number of years. Retired, I think, after the 2021 season. Count is 2-1 to Seager. There's a slider, strike 2. Kyle Seager, he was a fun player to watch. A fly ball into left. Donovan tracks it down, and we go to the second. No score. 2 hits in this game for the Cardinals. However, no runs have been scored yet. As we head to the top of the second, Corey Seager was the player of the month for May. In the American League, here's the National League player of the month for May, Nolan Arenado. Takes a fastball for strike 1. Arenado hitting .324 on the year. That is taken for ball 1. That should be a strike. I was watching a video today talking about how the umpires this year have been super inconsistent and stuff with their calls. I mean, and again, what's new? Seems like umpires every year are inconsistent with their calls.
2-2.
That's taken for ball 2. There's that curveball thrown low in the dirt. Here's a 2-2 from Rocker. There's a high fastball. Arenado strikes out. And that is out number 1. Arenado's probably going to regret that. Here's Pedro Podges hitting 250. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 721 OPS. For those of you wondering what the Sunday night game of the week is, we will be in, let's see. I haven't really decided what game I'm gonna do yet. I apologize, I haven't really uploaded like a schedule. I was thinking of doing Dodgers Yankees. That's probably the game that I'm gonna end up doing just because it's the World Series rematch.
That's a ball. 1-0.
From last year, of course. Grounder to second. That's out number 3. We go to the bottom of the inning. No score here in Arlington. Bottom of the second inning here in Arlington. Texas Rangers, St. Louis Cardinals. This is a rematch from the 2011 World Series. A World Series that's looked at very fondly. A lot of people consider that World Series to be one of the greatest of all time. There's a slider taken for ball 2. Ironically, I was like 7 years old in 2011. Around that time was when I was kind of old enough to like understand sports, like really understand like baseball and stuff. And I was never, like as a kid, I wasn't like super into sports until I was like older, obviously. But a lot of my family, like my family is like half and half when it comes to baseball. Like some are Cardinals fans, some are Cubs fans. I just leaned towards the Cardinals because I thought they were cool. You know, it's a cool logo. They're red. Red was my favorite color as a kid, so Jake Berger strikes out. And that is out number 1. Here in the bottom of inning number 2. And what do you know? The Cardinals won the World Series that year, so it's kind of funny. It's like, and then grounder to third. Arenado makes a nice play nice throw to Contreras, covering the bag at first. Here is Kyle Higashioka. Former Yankee, former Padre, and now he is a Ranger. He was with the Yankees organization since he was like, I think 18. I know he spent a long time with the Yankees in their minor leagues. I think he was there since guys like Jeter and A-Rod and Rivera were all playing. Let's see, when was his first season in not Major League Baseball but professional baseball? 2008. Yeah, so from when he was 18.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The dude spent a long time in the minor leagues. Like I said before. But yeah, 2008. That was his first season in professional baseball. Yankees were still playing at their old ballpark at that time. Here's a 3-2. Mad respect, though, for Higashioka for continuing to grind it out in the minor leagues, and I don't think he didn't get called up until like 2016. That's low in the dirt. Ball 1 from Podges. 2017, that was his first year in the major leagues. Ball 2 to Josh Jung. And he's got a brother, Jace, playing for the Detroit Tigers. So, yeah, I think for our Sunday night game, we'll just do Dodgers and Yankees. 2-2. That's it, foul. And the count is 2-2. That is taken for ball 3. Matthews already issued a walk to Higashioka. He's trying to avoid doing that to Josh Jung. There's a base hit in the left field. That's the first hit for the Rangers. Higashioka goes over to third, first and third, with 2 outs. Ball 1 to Garcia. Oh, Jacob deGrom was pitching today for the Rangers. That's why the Cardinals struggled.
1-1.
They even had a 1-0 lead in the first inning, and then deGrom's like, all right, that's the only one you're going to score. Strike 2 to Garcia.
No, that's high.
Two. Garcia grounder to Arenado. We're going to the bottom of the third. Quinn Matthews gave up a walk and a base hit, but luckily he's able to get out of the inning. No score after 2.
Leading off for St. Louis, the second baseman, Ezekiel Duran.
There's the Cardinals. Their last 10 games, 9-1. This is also a good time to talk about the theme tickets. Cardinal theme tickets, for those of you who don't know, this is a great way to get access to exclusive promotional items and fan events. For details and full lists of dates, visit cardinals.com/theme. Wednesday, June 4th, at the ballpark, it'll be pickleball night at Busch Stadium as the Cardinals will be playing the Kansas City Royals. Pickleball night at the ballpark. Gotta love that. Bring your pickleball paddles, or you might win a signed Cardinals pickleball paddle or something like that. Anyway, that'll be Wednesday, June 4th, when the Cardinals play the Kansas City Royals. 1 out here in the top of the third. Here's Trent Grisham. 0 for 1 today with a deep fly out to left. Chases a fastball. He's got an 0-2 count. I was on my way home from, I think, Texas, and we stopped at a gas station, and my mom gave me that little Cardinal pamphlet thing. That was back in March. It's June. I'm surprised I still have it.
2-2.
That's taken for ball 2. It's 2-2.
That's a ball. 3-2.
Now Grisham's working the count full. And a slider way outside for ball 4. Only Javier Baez, I think, would swing at that.
Left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
That is out number 1. Here is Brendan Donovan. Donovan hitting 200. Obviously, he's hitless in this game, so that in his first at bat, so that doesn't really help. That gets away from Higashioka. Runner goes to second. That'll be ruled a wild pitch for those of you keeping score or at home. Got the little scorecards and stuff. There's a fastball, strike 1. I do that sometimes whenever I do games and stuff. I have like a little score, a little booklet thing that has, scores and everything. I don't really do it anymore because because I used up all my booklets, so I have to run to Walmart and get another one or something. Fly ball to center. Taveras makes the catch. That's out number 2. Yeah, it's like $7, I think, at Walmart. You can get them for a pretty good deal. 2 outs. Here's Jordan Walker. He had the first Cardinal hit of the game. It was a single back in the first inning. That is hit foul. The count is 0-1. Cardinals first place in the NL Central in this franchise mode, and the Rangers, of course, first place in the AL West. There's a good chance these two teams could meet in the World Series. Keeping my fingers crossed. We get another Cardinal Ranger World Series. And the count is 1-2 from Rocker. Grounder to the first baseman, Berger. Steps on the bag. Rocker gets out of the inning. Bottom half coming up. Here in the third inning. No score as Leody Taveras leads off. 22 minutes. That's how long we've been streaming for. If you guys are new here, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. As we are on the road to 500 subscribers. We're at 423 right now. We're pretty much 77 subscribers away. Bottom of the third, 0-2 pitch to Taveras. Fouled away. It's taken 1-2. Leody Taveras, he got traded to the Mariners, I think, in real life. Yeah, he did. Hasn't been very good with the Mariners, which is unfortunate. Taveras hits a foul. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2.
Nope, ball 2. 2 balls.
Taken for ball 2.
Three balls. 2 strikes.
Here's the 3-2. Taveras pops it up to his former teammate Duran at second. And that is out number 1 in the bottom of the third. Here's Josh Smith. One of 2. Josh is in the Ranger lineup. Josh Smith and Josh Jung. Grounder to short. 2 away.
Now batting, the second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Count is 0-2 to Semien.
1 and 2.
That's outside, ball 1. And strike 3 call. End of 3. Here in lovely Arlington, Texas. No score.
Leading off for St. Louis, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
One ball, one strike to Contreras as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And strike 3 call. Another strikeout for Rocker. That is his... Trying to see here. He's got 3 on the day. No, he's only got 2? Oh, I thought he had more than that. Rocker had an ERA over 8 before this. That's low, ball 2. Fly ball to left, 2 away. Two outs. Here's Arenado. He struck out his last time up. Got 3 people in the chat. What's up? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you guys have had a good Sunday so far. I went to church. Ended up going to a different church this time because my grandparents, they have 2 cars, 2 vehicles. They got a truck and they have a car, but the car needs a new sticker for it, so we can't drive it until later this week. So my grandparents, they had to take their truck to church, but I would have went, but their truck is like a single cab, and all 3 of us wouldn't be able to fit. So as we go to the bottom of the 4th, no score. So they went to the church they usually go to, and I went to a different one today. And I went to this one place called the Lucky Monkey for lunch. And then I came home and I helped my grandparents get their pool all set up.
The first baseman, number 21.
And that took less than an hour. And then I came into my bedroom, decided it's time to play some games. And do a franchise stream because it's been a while since we've done that. Trying to keep up with the baseball schedule.
1 ball, 1 strike.
There's a strike, 1-2 to Jake Berger.
The left fielder, number 4, Josh Peterson.
Two outs in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Jock Peterson.
0-1.
Jock Peterson 4 for 9 in this series with 2 home runs. He's been on a handful of teams now too. Let's see, he's started his career with the Dodgers. Then he went to the Cubs in 2021. Got traded to the Braves
Oh, that's a ball.
because Acuna got hurt. Remember that year when the Braves just traded for new outfielders? They brought in like Jorge Soler, Eddie Rosario, and Jock Peterson. But yeah, 2021 he was at the split with the Cubs and then the Braves. Then he went to the Giants, and he was in Arizona, and now this year he's with the Rangers. 2-2. He kind of did the inverse of Jordan Montgomery. Base hit for Jock into left field. That is going to be a double. Just dropped right in front of Donovan.
Strike. Woo. No ball, 1 strike.
Jock with the 2-out double. Here's Kyle Higashioka. Walked his last time up.
Yes. 1-2.
Count is 1-2 to Mr. Kyle. Hitting a $198 heading into this game. I think he's hitting around 200 in real life for the Rangers. There's a strikeout. End of 4 here in Arlington. 2 hits for both teams. And that's kind of it. We go to the 5th inning. We are tied 0-0. Here's both 2 rookie starters in this one. Quinn Matthews allowed 2 hits, 1 walk. He has 5 strikeouts. Kumar Rocker, 4 innings of work. He also allowed 2 hits. He's allowed 1 walk, and he struck out 2. Nolan Arenado and Wilson Contreras, those are the 2 guys, the only 2 guys on the Cardinals who've struck out so far. Pedro Pages right to Peterson and left. That is out number 1.
Up next for the Cardinals, the shortstop, Mason Wynn.
Sinker, strike 1 to Mason Wynn. Second round pick for the Redbirds out of 2020. Jordan Walker was the first round pick in 2020. during the COVID year. That was ironically the first time I really ever paid attention to the draft, to the baseball draft. There's a strikeout. That's the third of the day for Rocker.
Now back, second baseman, Ezekiel.
There are 2 outs now. Is this Kumar's rookie season? I guess 2024. I guess this is technically his rookie season. If this is his first full season. We'll say he's a rookie. Here's Duran, 0 for 1, 1 for 5 in this series against his former club. Cardinals traded for him at the beginning of May when they were playing the Cincinnati Reds, needed another kind of a backup infielder. So we brought in Duran to help out because Donovan and Gorman at the time, they were both struggling on the hitting side. And Mason Wynn was just always low on energy, so we needed a backup shortstop, and we brought in Duran. And now he's the everyday second baseman, so yeah. Bottom of the 5th inning, no score. Anthony Banda and Ryan Fernandez both warming up in the Redbird bullpen. Quinn Matthews having himself another solid outing. He had 10 strikeouts in his last start against the Orioles. That's a fastball taken for strike 1. Jung has 1 of 2 hits in this game for the Rangers. There's a fly ball to right. Burleson is on the run. Is he going to track it down? He will. Huge out number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder, Adolis.
That'll bring in Adolis Garcia, former Cardinal. Was, I think, called up in 2019 of the 2019 Cardinals, and then I think he played a little bit in 2020 too, but then he was, I think, non-tendered, or he was like the Cardinals like DFA'd him or whatever, and then the Rangers claimed him. There's a strike.
1 ball, 2 strike.
Count is 1 and 2.
2 and 2.
Count is 2 and 2. Can't remember why the Cardinals let him go in the first place. I think it was just because our outfield was just super crowded, and we just had to let go of some guys.
Now batting, the center fielder.
And also, too, it's like I don't think he was really a big name when he was a prospect, or when he was in the minor leagues. He wasn't really like a big name. You know, he just wasn't really working out for the Cardinals, I don't think. And then with the Rose Arena, obviously he got traded to the Rays. Again, I think the outfield was just super crowded. And they had a lot more, of course, they had a lot more faith in like Harrison Bader and Dylan Carlson and Tyler O'Neill. There's a base hit into left field. Ironically, none of those guys are Cardinals anymore either. Tyler O'Neill, he's with the Orioles this year alongside Dylan Carlson. And then Harrison Bader, he's with... Is he with the Twins this year? I think he's with the Twins now. Harrison Bader's been on a lot of teams since he's left the Cardinals. He was with the Yankees. He got traded to the Yankees for Jordan Montgomery. And then in 2023, like September of 2023, the Yankees put him on waivers, got claimed by the Reds, played 2024 with the Mets, And then this year, I think he signed with the Twins. So, yeah, Harrison Bader's been on a lot of teams since 2022 also. Smith strikes out. End of 5 here in Arlington. No score. As the Cardinals have the top of their order due up here in the 6th inning, we've got ourselves a nice little pitcher's duel. We had one of those in our last stream versus the Orioles, and I think so we're just picking up where we left off. There's a strike, 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes is the count. 2, Trent Grisham. 1 out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Brendan Donovan.
One out here is Brendan Donovan. He's 0 for 2 at the plate here today.
0-1.
Here's the 0-1 to Donovan.
Now batting, designated hitter, Jordan Walker.
2 outs. Here's Jordan Walker. He's hitting the ball really well in this series. He had a home run in Game 2. He's got, I think, 12 on the year now. Right to Jung, and we go to the bottom of the inning. Another scoreless inning for Kumar Rocker. And it's tied 0-0. Cardinals go into their bullpen early as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Quinn Matthews, 5 scoreless innings of work for him. Zach Jackson and JoJo Romero are both warming up. Here's the 1-0 to Semien. That's fouled off, 1-1.
Ball 2.
2-1's the count to Semien, 0 for 2. Grandparents' dog's barking again.
2 balls, 2
Kind of
strikes.
annoying.
Ball 3.
Whenever my grandparents go outside, like if they go in the backyard or the garage or out front, their dog will always kind of like do this high pitch like bark, and it's kind of annoying. Kind of ruins the the stream sometimes. Full count to Semien, and there's a base hit up the middle. Rangers get themselves another hit.
The batter, number 5, shortstop Corey Seager.
And Corey Seager puts the Rangers on the board. It's 2-0. 2-0 Rangers. Corey Seager
One ball, no
with
strike.
a nice home run to right field. And now here is Jake Berger. Cardinals go to their bullpen, and the Rangers decide, hey, let's start scoring.
Up.
1-1's the count to Berger. He's got 11 home runs on the year. Corey Seager, I think he just hit his 12th.
2-1.
2-1 the count.
Strike.
Strike 2.
2-2.
Oh. Two and two and a base hit to right. And so the 6th inning rally continues.
Now batting, the left fielder, John Peterson.
Here in Arlington, here's Peterson. Fly ball into left. Back goes Donovan, and they finally record the first out. After all that trouble. And with
Now batting,
one away, here's Higashoka.
Higashoka.
0 for 1 in this game with the walk.
That's the ball.
Trying to see who's streaming on Kick today. Let's see.
Up.
Oh, my buddy Prince Stupidity streaming Grand Theft Auto. GTA 5. Let's try to think. When did Grand Theft Auto 5 come out again? 2000.
Ball two.
Was 2013 the year GTA 5 came out? I think it was. I believe it was. I think I was in 4th grade. Might have been in 4th grade when GTA 5 came out. Stupid dog. She won't stop. Shut up. Let's see. When did GTA 5 come out? Yeah, it was 2013. September 17th of 2013. Yeah, I was in 4th grade when GTA 5 came out. 0-1 count. There's a strike. 0-2 to Jung. And then I might have been in 3rd grade when Black Ops 2 came out. Seems like those were like the two big games, video games when I was growing up, were Black Ops 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Minecraft. That was another one. 2-0 Rangers on this big home run hit by Corey Seager. And we go to the 7th inning, 2-0 Rangers. You know what's funny? I still have my
1-0.
my copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PlayStation 3. That's how long ago that game came out. It was out on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Contreras with a base hit. Kumar Rocker is still in this game for the Rangers. Here's Alec Burleson, 0 for 2. The barking just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. 1-0 pitch to Burleson. Let me see something real quick. I'll be right back. Because she just won't stop. All right, we're back. One and one, the count to Burleson. There's a little fly ball to left. Caught by Peterson. One out, here's Arenado, 0 for 2.
Nope, ball one. One ball, one strike. Two balls, two strikes.
2-2 to Arenado. He is 0 for 2, like a good chunk of this Cardinal lineup.
Count full.
Count is full, 3-2. In the left field, 2 away.
Now batting, catcher Pedro Chavez.
Two outs now, Pedro Pages, 0 for 2. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off and it's 0-2. And we're going to the home half of the inning. Two nothing Texas.
Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 44, Anthony Banda.
Anthony Banda will pitch the 7th inning. Adolis Garcia 0 for 2 today. Fouled off and the count is 0-2.
The center fielder.
One out here is Leody Taveras. 1 for 2 here today.
Ball one. One
Off the
ball,
plate,
no
ball 1. Charlie Morton picked up his 2nd win in a row in a 3-2 Baltimore win versus the Chicago White Sox. He went 6 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, a run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Two and 2's the count to Taveras. Another one fouled off, 2-2. Strike 3 call.
The batter, number 8, designated hitter, Josh Smith.
Here's Josh Smith. 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, and a strikeout all in 3 trips to the plate. Ball 1.
Ball. 2 balls, no strike.
And we're going to the 8th inning. Mason Wynn, Ezekiel Duran, Trent Grisham all due up. As the Rangers are heading to their bullpen, going into the 8th inning, Robert Garcia, a lefty, coming in to face Mason Wynn, who fouls off the first pitch he sees. Off the plate, 1-1, 44,061 people in attendance in this ball game to watch the Rangers and Cardinals play. There's a strike, 1-2. I have no idea who the manager of the Cardinals is supposed to be. I thought it would be Oliver Marmol, but that's not Marmol. And Wynn is hit by a pitch.
Ezekiel Duran.
So Ezekiel Duran due up next. He's 0 for 2 as Wynn wins himself a free trip to first base. No pun intended there. 1-0 pitch is fouled off, and it is even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now batting, the center fielder, Trent Grisham.
Here's Trent Grisham. 1 out. Anyway, Grisham's 0 for 2. How old is Robert Garcia? I want to see real quick. How old is he? He's 28. He's having a solid year in the bullpen. There's a strike. 0-2. Rangers are 5 defensive outs away from winning this game. 1-2 is the count. That got away from Higashioka. One and two.
2-2.
That's outside 2-2. Trent Grisham strikes out. Here's Brendan Donovan. Fly ball into center.
pitching for the Cardinals. Number 88, Phil Mata. Leading up for the Rangers, the second baseman, Marcus.
Phil Meaton comes in to face Simeon. Ball one. To the Rangers second baseman, who is 1 for 3 today. Here's a 2-0. Hit down the line, count is 2-1. 2-0 Rangers on a 2-run homer hit by Corey Seager. Curveball, strike 2. And strike 3 call.
Now batting, shortstop Corey Seager.
And now Corey Seager. He's the reason why it's 2-0 Rangers. Slider, ball 1. Two and one's the count. Sinker. Strike number 2. Seager pace it into right field. And that will bring in Jake Berger. There's a strike 0-1 on the cutter. Cutter, strike 2. Seager, the runner at first, 1 out. Berger fouls it off again. Berger 1 for 3 in this game. For all of my hockey and basketball fans out there, we've got a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup. Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. In the NBA, Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Indiana Pacers. Was up late last night watching the Pacers game and celebrating a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I made a video last night also talking about the Pacers winning. It's kind of exciting because I just started getting into basketball again. Decided to watch the Pacers. And what do you know? They decide, hey, let's go to the NBA Finals. Okay. This is like exactly how I got into the Cardinals a little bit. Like, then again, I just happened to be like 7 years old. In 2011, that was when I was old enough to really understand baseball. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into the Cardinals. I started following them the year they won the World Series. The Blues in 2019, I was a freshman in high school. I decided to kind of follow the Blues a little bit because, you know, a new sport for one, in hockey, and 2, it's a St. Louis team. So I followed them in the second half of the 2018-2019 season. They make the playoffs, and then they played the... Who did they play in the first round? I think it was Winnipeg. I know they played the Jets. Then they played, I think, the San Jose Sharks. And then I want to say the Dallas Stars. I think those are the three teams they played. But then they played the Bruins in the Stanley Cup, and next thing you know, they won the Stanley Cup. So it's like, man, it's crazy. It's just the year I get into hockey and watching the Blues, they go to the Stanley Cup and they win. And now this year I started watching the NBA again because I hosted a radio show for my college station, and I do like recaps of the NBA games. So I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to get back into the NBA, pick a team to watch. I chose the Pacers for a handful of reasons. One, I wanted to pick a team, like a city that didn't have a baseball team, because St. Louis doesn't have basketball. I kind of wanted to do the inverse. So I chose the Pacers because they're also, plus Indianapolis is close to me. I live in Illinois. Indiana's our next door neighbor. And they have also never won a championship, and I kind of want to be there and be like, yeah, I was there when the Pacers won their first ring. Cardinals going back to their bullpen. They're going to bring in Zach Jackson, who's been outstanding in the bullpen this year. Signed out of spring training on a one-year deal. Rangers have runners at first and second. Yep, foul. 0-2. Pitch.
Ball, outside.
Outside, 1-2. That is fair down the line. A run will score. And it's 3-0 Texas here in the 8th. Here is Josh Jung. Fouled off, 0-1.
That's the ball.
It's taken 1-1. Two and two.
Ball. Okay.
Count is full. Josh Jung, he takes a fastball right down the middle. He strikes out. Kyle Gashoka makes it 3-0. Rangers will have Chris Martin come in to get the save. Jordan Walker comes in to lead it off. Question is, can the Cardinals come back and possibly win it 3-0? Takes a fastball for strike one. I know some people don't like when I come in and play as the Cards. I don't care. My stream. I'll do whatever I want. Strike two. Walker on a fastball into right. Back goes Garcia. This one is off the wall. And it's an automatic ground rule double. Used to be called a ground rule double. Now it's an automatic double. Here's Contreras. Fastball into left field. Jack's going back. The ball is going to get down. Walker's on his way home. And it's a 3-1 ball game as Contreras makes it a 3-1 game. Here's Burleson. There's a base hit into right field. Coming around to score is Contreras. And it's a 3-2 ball game.
Now batting, third baseman, Arenado.
A double for Burleson. Here comes Arenado. Bruce Bochy popping out of the Texas dugout.
Number 71.
Jacob Webb will come in to face Nolan Arenado. A home run will give the Cardinals the lead. Fastball into center. And he misses the dive. It goes all the way to the wall. The Cardinals are going to tie up this game. Arenado with the double. And just like that, St. Louis ties this game up at 3. They'll bring in Pedro Pages. He has not done a dang thing at the plate until he hits this fly ball into deep center field. It is gone. A 2-run shot for Pedro Pages. And the Cardinals take the lead. It's 5-3 St. Louis here in the 9th. Unbelievable. Obviously, I'm going to quick manage the rest. Base hit for Mason Wynn. Sean Armstrong comes in. Duran with the force out. Base hit for Grisham. Force out. Okay, let's see what happens here. A strikeout. All right, do we want to bring Helsley in? I guess we're going to bring Helsley in to face Garcia. We're going to just sim again because why not? All of a sudden, it's 5-3 Cardinals. In the right field, that ball is going to get down, and Adolis Garcia with a ground rule double starts it off for the Rangers here in the 9th. He will face Taveras. Strike one. Taveras represents the tying run at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Taveras takes a slider 0-2. One and two, 102 miles per hour on the radar again. And there's a strikeout.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Josh Smith.
Ball one to Josh Smith.
One ball, one strike.
1-1 the count to Smith. Fouled off, 1-2. And a strikeout for Helsley. 2 outs here in the ninth.
The second baseman.
That will bring in Marcus Semien.
Nope. That's it.
1-0 the count.
That's out the corner.
Slider off the plate, 2-0.
Strike. Ooh.
Fastball taken, strike 1. Base hit into right field. They're going to try and send Garcia to the plate. The throw in. Not in time. It's 5-4. Here comes Corey Seager. He has the biggest hit by far in the Rangers lineup so far with a 2-run homer. Fastball taken, strike 1. Last chance for the home team to try and keep things going. Pickoff throw to first, and Semien goes back safely with no problem. Now the 0-1. A swing and a drive to right, and Corey Seager just walked it off. Tough way to lose a ball game, especially when you're 1 out away from winning. But Corey Seager with a walk-off 2-run homer. The Rangers avoid the sweep here against the Cardinals. They win it 6-5. And that's all we got for you here today on Let's Talk Sports for our Cardinals franchise. We will probably come back later today. We'll do a Sunday night simulation stream. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. Corey Seager walks it off. And that's all we got.